Howdy, Gwynn here, and as you know, I've been playing a Gundam game, Gundam Breaker 4, and you know, I have been enjoying the game. I've been having fun playing it, but you know, I also have some very valid valid critiques, and for that reason, I can't really recommend the game. And Steam will, after you've played the game for a while, ask you if you want to make a review. So I did, and um, let's check that out. I already got it set up over here. Now, you can also see my Steam profile a little bit. Obviously, I'm a JoJo fan, stone free. So, um, obviously, I did not recommend it. 28 people found this review helpful. 19 people found the review funny. I think that's a good ratio. More people liked my review than are trying to make fun of me, I guess. I'll just go ahead and start reading my review. And like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with this game. It's fun, but I can't good conscience recommend it to anyone, especially like fellow girl gamers. Like, if you see my streams, I talk about the the inherent like misogyny in the way the writing is. Pros. The reason I'm still playing is because the very fun Gunpla building customization and the gameplay is actually pretty fun. The graphics are good too. It's a very pretty game, and it runs very well. Like it's I complain about with say Spider-Man 2, Marvel Spider-Man 2. It's a very buggy game, and I love Spider-Man games, but because of that, like I get frustrated with it. But Gundam Breaker 4 runs very well. And I'll get to the cons here. One, it's full of annoying characters with zero depth, and the depth that is given is like specifically to the male character who is like in the story teaching these girls how to play Gundam game. As if like girls never play video games, right? The writing's absolutely some of the worst I've seen in a video game, and it's very like saying here, very male centric. Despite having few female characters, there's no option for a female character, a female player character, so you're just stuck with a male, presenting like faceless character, I guess, but they use like male pronouns, you know. All the female NPCs are lacking any character depth and pretty one-dimensional. I've talked about, Lin Lin, how she's just like not even there. And she's, a color swap of Lin, another character who is like written to be kind of annoying, I guess. And I guess like the one female character that has the most depth would be I guess Sheena, and she's like a trust fund kiddo, but she's dealing with parents that want her to stop playing video games. First world problems, I guess. I feel bad for her. I have like lots of problems with my parents. But I don't know, like her problems are not like very necessarily serious problems. I mean, we don't know much more about what's going on at home other than her parents don't want her to play video games anymore. The game assumes girls don't know how to play video games, and the male NPC Tao is like kind of explaining things to them all the time, and does very annoyingly and brags about being good, despite, you know, being kind of mediocre, of course. Anyway, the music's pretty annoying too, and I didn't write this in the review, but like the menu selection, like NPCs, when you go to like select a mission, it's like ready or whatever, or this is the mission zone. You know what I'm talking about if you play the game. That's annoying as hell, and it's just like it does it every time. It's if you got like audio processing issues or like audio sensitivity, this game is kind of like a sensory hell. That's why I mute the music. I deal with the menus, but I mute the music, and I play my I play like a YouTube playlist. The verdict here: if you really want to build custom Gundams or Gunpla, which I do, and fight with them, this game does it really well. Like it's very good at like the actual gameplay. Like it's very good at doing what, you know, the game is supposed to be doing, building Gunpla and going into missions. The stuff in between is what makes this game so fucking bad, like so fucking annoying. I don't get it. I don't know why you write a game like that. You can decide whether like those are good or bad, like whether the bad outweighs the good or the good outweighs the bad. I think the bad kind of outweighs the good, but it's like I do enjoy playing the game, so I'm gonna keep on playing it, right? And that's what you know I have for my review. And as you can see, I did get some replies, and I'll go over some of those too. Let's see. From Overlander, weak lefty women will destroy our society. And this is a supportive one right here. Saber Viper. The amount of hurt dudes in here taking this review as a personal attack is absolutely wild. And, you know, I agree 100%. You know, it always, like, amazes me that, like, you got these guys, or maybe they're actually bots. I don't fucking know. But you got these guys that, like, are just waiting for a woman to speak her mind on the internet about a male, well, what they consider to be a male-centric thing, like a Gundam game. You know, if you watch the anime, there's a lot of woke shit in there actually. Let's see. Well, this reminds me of the meme. I gotta show the meme real quick. There we go. So yeah, this reminded me of this meme. With how woke they're making Gundam, I bet the next show is gonna have some autistic, blue hair and pronoun liberal protagonist who starts a fight because they got misgendered. And you know, that literally happens in Zeta Gundam, the second series. Camille, the blue-haired guy who gets like he gets called a girl and fights somebody over it. You know, it's just silly. So the next message. You're from IC47. Your bullying is by far worse, but I doubt you're able to see that. What fucking bullying, dude? Who am I bullying? Am I bullying you? Am I, like... I don't get it. From Low C. or LOS. I don't know. Go away. Games aren't a political message. Go lock yourself in a room and pretend your closet opinion matters to the rest of us. LOL. Games aren't political. Every game is political. It's just a lot of them are like military propaganda. Oh, Call of Duty is not political. Call of Duty is not political. Halo's not political. From Divine Disgrace, yikes, this review. Make your own review, dude. I don't care. From Squibbly, could you explain how a game knows if you're female or male? Does this mean the game is written differently per person? And I think this person might be like living in a alternate reality or some shit, and they're just like astral projecting. What do you mean? A lot of games have like options, you know, where you can choose things. You can choose your name. A lot of games you can choose your gender. That's like one of the only things I'm asking. And you know, if they have like a female player character, maybe they, you know, write the game in a way that's like less, you know, offensive to women. From Paktan, GTFO with your political leftist BS. So sick of people like you. Well, I don't know. Go fuck yourself, I guess. From Quaiv, Quaiv. What game has good writing then? Oh, well, there's a lot of games with good writing. That have good writing. You know, Baldur's Gate 3 is really good. It's got really great writing, but you might think that game's woke. Let me see if I just like go through my game library real quick and like read some off ones that I played. Let's see. Red Dead Redemption, that's like got a male protag. I think those games are great. They've got good writing. Let's see. The Dot Hack series, those are amazing. I don't know, like, you gotta like raise your standards on the stuff that you consume, you know? And there was like one review that like was a lot better than others, and I'll get to that one here. And this is from Shepard, you know, not Commander Shepard from the Normandy, but Shepard says, not gonna lie, this feels more upset about the women than it does the actual game. And let me, you can see it. And that's kind of true. Like I wish the women characters were written like a lot better. It just seems like the writing in this was just like really fucking lazy. I mean, I haven't finished the game yet, but like I doubt I doubt there's like anything substantial that I haven't seen yet that they'll change. Like unless they have Sheena saying, I reject my family's wealth. We must end capitalism and the proletariat must rise up. Unless they have Sheena saying that, it's going to be a no for me. It continues. I disagree with people trying to be you lefty because they are still valid complaints. It's just instead of focusing on the big issues like the fact this game has less combat variety than the third game, looks worse, partially due to the Switch being the main game and others being ports, and the extreme lack of detail. I've seen multiple people talk about how almost every suit is missing multiple functions. You instead focus on the women characters being bad. You know, this part right here is a valid response to my review. I'm gonna be honest, I have not played Gundam Breaker 3. Maybe I should, maybe it's a lot better. I might play that. But The last like Gundam games I played were the Dynasty Warriors Gundam series on the Xbox 360, and I love those games. And I was a kid back then. I was in high school, um, but like I had a lot of fun, and I don't remember it being too bad. I think the story and stuff was just like stuff from the anime, which is great. Um, he talks about it being having worse quality. I think it looks great. Maybe Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, Baldur's Gate 3. Gundam Breaker 3 is a lot better in graphics, and maybe it's better than Gundam Breaker 4. I don't know. I'll check it out. And stuff missing, like functions, that's I would be complaining about, like features being missing as well. So this is a good response. Anyway, one part that isn't fully valid is the gender. He continues, might surprise you since you never see your protagonist, but you're actually a character. Yep, you're not some rando, you're an actual player. And I'll just go ahead and read this next part too. They don't allow you to pick the gender so that when they use this game's protagonist, they can just model a male character in and not worry about a female one. Yeah, but like that's the problem. That's the problem. Like they're not thinking about like women. They're like, oh, we'll just like do a male one. Nobody's gonna fucking care. Well, people do care, and game developers like should think more about it. It's not a big ask. It's not. It's like, it's really just like a setting, and especially in a game like Gundam Breaker 4, where your character doesn't even have any spoken words. There aren't any spoken dialogue for your character. It would be just so fucking easy, right? And they might have to have like the actual voice characters just like read the line twice, but like with instead of like he, she, simple. I don't know. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. They don't do that. So, while I say overall, like Shepard's response is like good, like this is somebody that actually cares about the Gundam Breaker games. They're still framing things from like a male-centric point of view, and that's, like I said, the problem. Well, I think yeah, that's it. Anyway, I hope that helps. I hope if you want to play the game, still do it. Like, it's fun. But this is just my warning that like you're gonna be feeling really frustrated if you're like a woman, basically, in some parts, and especially a trans woman, like myself. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope y'all have a good day.